Here we are in Richmond, Virginia, the next race of the Target Series, the Target 300. We're going to go some short track racing in Virginia here tonight. First, let's take a look at our 42-car field. On the pole, we have Justin Mio. 2 is outside is JT Hanley. In third, you have Evan Hunter. Fourth is Michael Canto. And rounding out the top 5, you got Joe Jefferson. Then sixth, you have John Gambit. Seventh is Jake Richardson. Tim Gary's eighth. Ninth is Luke Rainey. And in 10th, you have Mason Hayward. Then the rest of the field goes Steve Larker and Jake Jefferson, Carter Friesen, Eli Bright, Patrick Smith, and Jeff Bright. Then you got TJ Hanley, your Watkins Glen Warner, and Trey Rainey. Then Riley Spurley and Marcus Sachi. Alex Stewart, your points leader, and Jonathan Buford. Jason Larker and Jim Gambit. Then Alexander Rowe and Jay Gambit. Joe Sandroge and Isaac Nichols. Max Harrison and Brayson Collins. Kyle Hunter and Jason Smino Jr. Then Julius Harrison and Robert Hernandez. Tyler Lyman and Jake West. Then Levi Schoens, second in points, Justin Heath. And then you got Code Luigi, the Target-sponsored car, and the Target-sponsored race, and the Target-sponsored series. And then Colton Young, then rounding out the field in row 21. 41st is Derek Hamill, and 42nd rounding out the field is Tim Randolph. So that's your 42-car field here at Richmond. Let's now go down trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. Take the pit crews ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
So that's 42 cars rolling off here in Richmond, Virginia for some short track racing at night. 45 laps around this 3/4 mile oval. As the pace cars are into pit road, Jeff Semino and JT Hanley lead the field to the green flag. And it is out we are racing in Richmond, Virginia. Jeff Semino gets a great jump from pole and will clear the pack enough. Turn number 4, he'll lead lap number 1. But it's not with ease as Evan Hunter comes to the bottom lane. He's looking for the race lead as they enter turn 1 for the first time at full song. And Hunter will clear. He's trying to slide up in front of Jeff Semino. He'll do just that. Joe Jefferson has sailed into third. Jake Richardson has come for fourth. Here comes Jefferson now for that second position. He'll take it as Evan Hunter pulls away from that big battle for second position. Joe Jefferson trying to clear Jeff Semino as they enter turn 1. He's going to be able to do it. Jake Richardson trying to file his way on through as Luke Rainey is also coming right behind that 88 car. Good to see that 87 with a great run. He's had a rough few races here. He's looking to kind of rebound here at Richmond. He's right now up in the 4th position, going for 3rd on Jake Richardson. So the front 2 have pulled away. Joe Jefferson trying to hunt down Evan Hunter is behind them. The battle for 3rd. The caution has come out. Possibly Alexander Rowe. There's a car in the grass, Jake West, as they are now racing back to the stripe. Evan Hunter out front, Joe Jefferson in 2nd. Looks like that's how they're going to stay as they race back to the stripe. Michael Canto close back there, but they get back all right. And Evan Hunter leads us back to the stripe as the car's gone by. Let's see what happened to bring out that caution. I didn't really see a cause for it. Here's the reason for caution number 1 early on this race. You can see up top it's Jason Larker, Alexander Rowe in the middle, and down low it's Colton Yo. And it just gets kind of stacked up there. You see up ahead, they kind of hit the wall. And then Alexander Rowe reacting to that spins it around. That brings out the yellow. It looked like that was Riley Spurley tube up ahead that kind of got some damage and all that. It looks, what happened was they were 3 wide here. Alex Stewart, your points leader, Robert Hernandez. And I think Hernandez comes up into Stewart. He was way off the bottom lane. And Riley Spurley tube, just an innocent bystander. They hit the wall. That didn't bring out the yellow, but the 36 being behind did. As he spins, everyone avoids. The yellow comes out. You see Jake West takes evasive action into the grass. And didn't really affect anyone as Evan Hunter led us back. And of course they're going to stay out in that 11 car lead us back to the green flag. Coming back to the restart, lap number 10, Evan Hunter with the race lead. All 42 cars still in this race after those incidents. And out front, Evan Hunter in the 11 car. Joe Jefferson behind him in 2nd. 3rd is Jake Richardson. 4th, Luke Rainey. And 5th is JT Hanley. Then Jeff Semino in 6th. Jay Jefferson 7th. Patrick Smith 8th. Mason Hayward 9th. And rounding out the top 10, you got Michael Canto. So the pace cars in. Evan Hunter in the 11 car lead the field back to the green flag. Behind him, it's the 31 of Joe Jefferson as they come down the front stretch. The green flag is back in the air. We're back racing. See a pretty good start there for the front 2. Pretty evenly spaced. As Hunter will go up the track in 1 and 2 just a little bit. Joe Jefferson with a little bit of run through 1 and 2. Couldn't get underneath that 11 car as they come down the back straightaway. 35 to go this time by. Evan Hunter up the track. Joe Jefferson looks to the bottom lane. Not enough of a run to get beside that 11 car, but close. He's on his back bumper as they enter turn 1. If he gets him loose up the track, who knows? Hunter did go up the track a little bit. Thought I heard some scraping into the wall there. There is no yellow. As Joe Jefferson trying to take the race lead, but Jake Richardson has other plans. He's going to go 3 wide for the race lead. Lear's making contact. Jefferson just put Evan Hunter into the wall. They all save it. No yellow, but Hunter has some right side damage to that number 11 car, definitely. He hit that wall pretty hard, and Jake Richardson went right on by all of it to take the race lead, but here comes Luke Rain, that number 87 car now to the bottom lane. He's going to challenge. He's going to take the race lead. And Jefferson and Evan Hunter made contact. I thought Jefferson was going to get spun around, but they luckily saved it. But that 11 car did get some right side damage, and it was pretty good there. So the front 6 have pulled away. Up front, JT Hanley battling with Luke Rainey for the race lead now as they hit 3 and 4. Hanley's going to take it off turn number 4 as the caution has come out for a wreck on the backstretch. I believe the yellow is out. JT Hanley leads us back, and more problems for some contenders as cars are going down the grass and whatnot. Let's see what happens. Bring out that yellow flag. Racing off turn number 2, they're kind of 4 wide. Isaac Nichols, Colton Yo, Tim Randolph, down low, Derek Hamill making a move. And just not enough room for that. Nichols and Yo come together, then Randolph gets spun up into the 7 car. And that's what brings out the caution. See right there, they do get it righted going again, but the yellow comes out. NASCAR thought that was a reason for yellow, and that's what brings out the yellow. As back to the line first, it was JT Hanley, the 81 car. They will stay out. Hanley, trying to win his 2nd race of the season, will lead us back to the green flag. Come back to the green flag on lap number 19. The only car to retire is Jeff Samito because he had a camshaft issue, running 2nd for the restart and blows up under the caution flag. Tough break for that 41 team. They're having a great night. So JT Hanley is up front, trying to hold on and win, but he still has a lot left. Luke Rainey is in 2nd, Evan Hunter 3rd, Jake Richardson 4th, and Joe Jefferson rounds out the top 5. So pace car into pit road, JT Hanley up front, Luke Rainey behind him in 2nd as they come down the front straightaway. Off of turn number 4, green flag back in the air. Hanley did get a pretty good jump there in the A7, and the A7 might be occupied right here with Evan Hunter, as Hunter has got a great restart to the back of the A7. And Luke Rainey with a run. Couldn't get below JT Hanley, but he does have a good run to turn 3. Hanley does go up the track just a little bit right here. Rebound for the race lead. Patrick Smith up the track in front of Joe Jefferson. Luke Rainey grabs the race lead. Evan Hunter going to follow him through to 2nd. As they're coming to 25 to go this time by. Hunter side by side with Luke Rainey for the race lead now. He's going to take it into 3 and 4. Rainey couldn't get down in front of Jake Richardson in time, but did Richardson get good enough for a run to get beside Luke Rainey? He did. As they're 3 wide back there, Joe Jefferson in the middle of all that. Marcus Sachi down to the bottom lane. Patrick Smith is the one up top. Looks like they get that sorted out before they hit turn 1. No, Jay Gambit comes flying in. Hits Joe Jefferson just a little bit. They have to have some room there, Gambit. Looks like they sorted out. That could have been a disaster. Up front, the battle for the race lead. Jake Richardson has gotten underneath Evan Hunter. They're battling side by side for the race lead. We're about halfway through this race, and the 88 car will take the race lead. As the caution has come back out for a wreck involving Julius Anderson, Michael Canto, and Riley Sprague-Tube. They're racing back here. Richardson basically has the lead locked up. It's a battle for 2nd. Luke Rainey pushes Evan Hunter up the track. Here comes Jay Jefferson trying to get that spot. Rainey gets back in 2nd. Hunter 3rd. Jefferson in 4th. So another wreck. We're going to have another restart here. Michael Cantor with a ton of damage. Looks like he was one of them that was involved. Let's see what happened. Once again, just a tight situation with this 3 and 4 wide that we've been seeing. And Jason Samito Jr. kind of comes up into Michael Canto. Canto could have been just a little bit higher, but Samito just came up as he wasn't there, as if he wasn't there. And Jason Larker got some front end damage to that number 2 machine. Julius Anderson comes in with nowhere to go, and he kind of hits Canto just a little bit. So another yellow flag. That's, I believe, the 3rd of the night. About halfway through this race. It's going to set up a restart. As back to the line first, Jake Richardson. He did not want to see this as he was pretty far out ahead. Of course, they're going to stay out, and the 88 car will lead us back to the green flag. We'll be going back green this time by on lap number 28. Again, no cars are retired. We still have 41 cars in this race. And up front, Jake Richardson in the 88. In 2nd, it's Luke Rainey. 3rd is Evan Hunter. 4th is Jay Jefferson. JT Hanley's 5th. Then Jay Gammon in 6th. 7th, Marcus Sachi. Jim Gammon 8th. 9th, Joe Jefferson. 10th, Jonathan Beeford. A lot of J's up there. You got Jay Jefferson, JT Hanley, and Jay Gambit. As the pace car is in lap 28 for the restart, Jake Richardson steps on the gas. We are back racing here at Richmond. And you can see Luke Rainey did get a pretty good start there to get right on the back bumper of the 88. He's going to move inside of him into turn 1 and 2 possibly. Down the backstretch side by side, Luke Rainey gets underneath Jake Richardson. but did Richmond get run off the top? No, he couldn't. They enter turn 3. Side by side, Luke Rainey pushes Richmond up the track a little bit and to the stripe. I believe Jake Richmond did lead at the stripe, but here comes Jay Jefferson pushing the 87 into the corner. Rainey takes it, but here comes Jay Jefferson in the number 1 car. If you remember back to last season in the number 89 car, that was the car Jay Jefferson drove. This is the race he won at last season to get him to the chase. As they're bumping behind, Evan Hunter and Jake Richmond go up the track. They save it, no yellow flag. But as I was mentioning, this is the race Jay Jefferson won last season. The only race he won last season. It got him into the chase. So he's hoping to do that once again this season. He's underneath Luke Rainey for a position. And it looks like he's going to take into 3 and 4. He slides up, though. And JT Hanley's coming on the bottom lane. Jay Gammett behind. So the Jays might be 1, 2, 3 here at the moment. Jay Jefferson in first. JT Hanley in second. And Jay Gammett's coming for third. And Luke Rainey is in the middle of this battle. So the front 4 have kind of pulled away as JT Hanley will clear. Then you got Evan Hunter back there. He's trying to close in. Jim Gammett and Carter Friesen has come out of nowhere. He's up into the top 10. Jay Jefferson once again up the track. Jay Gammett goes up the track. Jefferson gets around all that. Does he clear for second? No, Evan Hunter got a big run on the bottom lane. He's going to try and take second as Luke Rainey has pulled away. Or excuse me, that's JT Hanley. Excuse me. Luke Rainey's back there battling with these 6 cars. There are 7 cars right now within a distance of the a striking distance of the race lead. Behind the 3 wide, Carter Friesen to the bottom lane. He's challenging. Jim Gammett, Jay Jefferson also in this 3 wide. And then you've got Evan Hunter. Friesen slides up. Jim Gammett was there. Luckily, Gammett comes some slack and kind of let off just a little bit. It's JT Hanley way wide that time by Evan Hunter with a big run down the front stretch. Under 15 laps to go. 12 to go. And look at Evan Hunter gets underneath JT Hanley off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Carter Friesen is there in the 3rd position. Jay Gammett in the 4th position. They're just waiting to pounce if something happens. The yellow might be out. No yellow, but there's smoke on the front stretch. Evan Hunter gets to the race lead. Carter Friesen to second, or trying to get it from JT Hanley with 11 laps to go. Jay Gammett coming for third in that number 27 car. They got Luke Rainey, Jay Jefferson lined up trying to make a charge. Behind them, TJ Hanley got put in the wall. And the 6 of Mason Hayward has gone around. He collects Joe Sandrovich. The rest of the field comes screaming on by. The yellow has come out, and Evan Hunter leads us back to the stripe. So with 10 to go, the yellow comes out, and that's going to set up a restart with about 5 laps to go up front to Evan Hunter. Can he hold on win? First, let's see what happens. Mason Hayward pinched TJ Hanley into the wall, and that 6 car goes around. Racing through 1 and 2, once again 3 wide, and that 18 of Kyle Hunter is a little high off the bottom, and just nowhere for Mason Hayward and TJ Hanley to go. And as you can see there, Hayward kind of pushed up into Hanley, puts Hanley into the wall, and then Hayward kind of gets spun out because of that. Cars checking up to avoid Jeff Bright gets through on the bottom, and then here comes Joe Sandrovich in the 24 car. He hits Mason Hayward just a little bit. Tyler Lyman lucky enough to get through on the top, but that's going to set up a late race restart. His last race winner, TJ Hanley and Mason Hayward, get together off turn number 2. They go, Hayward goes around Hanley with some damage. He has to stop. He loses his main positions. And my oh my, how exciting this will be. Look at all the cars flying on by, my goodness. Evan Hunter led them back to the stripe. They'll stay out, of course. You're going to have Toyotas 1, 2 at the front of the field with Evan Hunter leading, Carter Friesen in second. It should be one wild restart. Field pacing off turn number 2 to take the green flag with 5 laps of racing to go. So this will definitely be the final restart of the night. So 41 cars still left in this race, still running. Up front, Evan Hunter in the 11, trying to hold on and win. Carter Friesen in second, Jay Gammett in third, JT Hanley fourth, Luke Rainey in fifth. Then you got Jay Jefferson in sixth, Jim Gammett seventh, Patrick Smith eighth, ninth Tim Gary, 10th Jonathan Beeford. Only one guy in the top 10 is once. That guy sitting in fourth, JT Hanley in the 81, trying to win his 2nd win of the season, which would probably definitely lock himself into the chase. So here they come, Hunter with 5 to go, green flag back in the air. Hunter with a pretty good restart, but does he overdrive turn 1, 2? We've seen that time and time again here at Richmond. He did go up the track a little bit, but Carter Friesen did go up the track, and here comes Jay Gammett. Jay Gammett with a great 1 and 2. He's going to get beside Carter Friesen and by him. Now he's on the back bumper of Evan Hunter. Goes up the track just a little bit. He's trying to get to the bottom of Hunter right here. 4 to go. Here comes JT Hanley. We talked about it. He won this season at Las Vegas, looking for his 2nd win of the season. I believe the caution has just come out. It has for a spin on the front stretch. This will be the race for the win. Evan Hunter trying to lead them back. JT Hanley trying to close in. It's not going to be enough. Evan Hunter takes the lead on the restart. and will lead them back to the caution. If he can coast it around 3 laps, he'll win it, as Colton Yo went around on the front stretch to bring out the final caution of the night. Let's see what happened. Very, very strange incident right here. Colton Yo and Tim Randolph kind of racing at the back of the field, and Yo just spins it out. They might have made some contact ahead to kind of set that off. Maybe Eli Bright. Yeah, Bright and Jason Smith Jr. got into the wall, and I guess Yo kind of checked up because of that, and it spun himself around. Surprised NASCAR would throw in the caution because he was at the back of the pack. But it does end the race. Evan Hunter leads us back, and if he can coast it around for 2 more laps, he'll win it at Richmond and possibly lock himself into the chase. Now let's take it back on the white flag lap. So here it is, Evan Hunter down the backstretch, and he has to just make it 2 more corners, and he'll win it here at Richmond. It'll be his first win of the season, and could potentially lock himself into the chase as they come through 3 and 4. And off turn number 4, it's going to be Evan Hunter to win it at Richmond. Under caution, but he's going to get it done. He holds on the restart. He was first on the restart, holds on over the field. JT Hanley tried to close in. It didn't work, and Evan Hunter wins it at Richmond. As the field comes across, let's check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Target 300 at Richmond. There were 5 caution flags for 23 laps and 11 lead changes among 7 different drivers. And Evan Hunter leads he leads 23 laps. That's more than half the race to get that victory. JT Hanley leads 9 laps, ends up short in 2nd. Jay Gambit ends up 3rd. Luke Rainey in 4th, and Carter Freese in 5th. Then you got Jay Jefferson in 6th, Patrick Smith 7th, Jim Gambit 8th, Tim Gary 9th, and Jonathan Beeford rounds up the top 10. He actually had an oil leak on the last lap and retired. He luckily finishes 10th. So there's your top 20. That was a very, very great Richmond race. Sadly, it ended under caution because I'm sure it would have been wild to see the finish under green, but that's just how it went. Levi Schoen, 2nd in points, ends up 21st. He actually doesn't get to the points lead, even though Alex Stewart finished worse than him. Patrick Smith picks up the points lead as Jeff Semito, the guy that started on pole, he was 2nd on restart, and sadly a camshaft failure took him out of this race. Let's now go look at the point standings. So here are the point standings after 9 of 33 races. Patrick Smith has picked up the points lead by 43 points over Levi Schoen to his 2nd. Max Ayers has completed every lap this season. He's now 3rd in points. Alex Stewart falls to 4th in points, and Derek Hamill rounds out the top 5. Then you got Luke Rainey a solid 6th. Marcus Sachi and Justin Heath, 2 winners, are 7th and 8th. Then you got Tim Gary 9th, and Jake Gambit rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. And I was going to mention that JT Hanley, another winner, is 11 the points, and then right behind him in 12th is Evan Hunter. And then you got some more winners, Bracey Collins in 14th, and then you also got Steve Larker in 16th. So that's right now 2, 4, 6 winners. 6 of our 9 winners this season are in the top 20 in points. As you look down, Tyler Lyman, your 7th winner is 21st. Then you got Jeff Bright, your 8th winner is 26th. He's on the cusp of that cut line. And then you got TJ Hanley, just below the cut line. He's 31st right now, right behind Code Luigi. He's only 4 points behind him. He needs to get up above that cut line to have his win count towards the playoffs, or towards the chase. And then he's going to have to hope that he's of the top 12 winners. So a lot to happen there. So the next race is going to be another wild one. It's going to be the Orioles 300 at Rockingham. See you guys then.